It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Kasteel Brewery in Van Honsebrouck, Belgium, and it's the Kasteel Rouge. It's an 8%, I'm going to say Belgium red ale. At 8%, it could be a Belgium triple. At this stage, I'm going to call it a red ale at 8%. Don't really know what it is until I get it open. So, there's the bottle cap. Let's get it out into a glass and see what we get. Lots of smoke on the opening. We'd like to thank our channel sponsors beersofeurope.co.uk for sending us the beer. Wow, this looks very interesting. Did you hear that? Now this seems to be, you know, you get them kind of raspberry lambics, them, oh, I'm trying to think of the name of them. You get them in Morrison's, the Creeks, that's the ones. It looks a little bit like a creek or a frozen beer, is it? Looks really interesting. Yeah, so where was I? Yes, beersofeurope.co.uk. You can get this beer from Beers of Europe. It's a Belgian beer. You can get great beer from Germany and America and the UK. It's the site really where if you want to get something really decent, you've worked away and you've been drinking beer abroad and you want to try and find that in the UK, you can find it at Beers of Europe more than likely. So check them out, beersofeurope.co.uk. Okay, I'm really intrigued by this. Let's have a look. Lovely red hue to the beer, nice red tinge in the colour. Nice levels of carbonation rushing from the bottom of the glass. It's a 1 to 2 finger raspberry, almost raspberry-ish kind of white head. Well, I'm going to dive into this one. I'm going to get the aroma, see what we get. Wow, I just wasn't expecting this at all. Just unbelievable. It smells like a cherry Bakewell tart. If you're watching in America, maybe even in Belgium, you're wondering what a cherry Bakewell is. It's a Mr. Kipling pie. I'll give you a little bit more. It's a cherry pie. It's got kind of cherry flavours in it, and it's really nice. And it's kind of biscuity, and yeah, try one. Nice cherry cake. It's got that lovely aroma to it. Even that kind of white icing. You know, you get that kind of white icing on top of a custard slice. It's weirdly like that. This smells unbelievable. Really, really looking forward to getting into this one. Thank you everyone. My goodness. Wow. There's only one beer in the world that I've tried that tastes anything like this. And it's a Swedish beer. And the brewery names and the name of the beers slipped my mind. I suppose on the spot, trying to work out what this beer is, I suppose you can excuse me. I've drank nearly 2,000 beers now, so trying to remember every single one of them is getting difficult. But it was a beautiful kind of, it's brewed by 3 brothers in Sweden. But it was a beautiful raspberry, full-on tart flavoured beer. And this is exactly the same. Big burst of carbonation up front, followed by this unbelievable kind of sharp sourness, loads of that cherry coming through. But unlike the cherry and the raspberry beer that I had from Morrison's, again, them beers have slipped my mind as well. You think the Bacchus beers that they're wrapped in paper. This has got more of a malt emphasis on the beer. You can still taste that it's a malty beer, even though you get bucket loads of cherries in the flavour. And would you believe it's 8% ABV? Not a chance. That is unbelievable. That is a beer that if you were flagging, you're tired, you've just finished work, you're sitting in the chair, you're thinking, I don't fancy a beer tonight. I can't even be bothered to get out of the chair and get a beer from the cupboard. If you could drag your sorry ass to the fridge or the cupboard where you store this and crack this open, it would revitalise you for the evening. It's just got so much character to it. It's just got so much excitement in that glass. It's mind-blowing. Mind-blowing beer, it really is. Lots of cherry, lots of malt, lots of carbonation. There is a warming sensation now as it's going down, because I'm drinking a lot of it, that you can sense that it's going to be around the 8% mark, because you've got that little alcohol warm as the beer goes down. It's tart, it's sharp, it's funky, it's a brilliant beer. And there's me thinking that it was a Belgian triple because it was 8% ABV. Just didn't look into this beer at all. But then again, I don't like to do that, because I think half of the reason why you guys come back and watch is because you kind of see the surprise on my face. I'm mentioning before opening the bottle, Belgium triple, and you guys are going, no, you're in for a surprise with this beer. So yeah, 330 bottle, 8% ABV, wonderful stuff. I totally recommend trying this beer. If you like a fruit beer, a good quality fruit beer with lots of cherry, I totally recommend Kasteel Rouge from the Castle Brewery in Van Honsebrouck, Belgium. Check out beersofeurope.co.uk. I'm going to rate this beer. That for me is a solid 9 out of 10. It's a 9 out of 10 beer all day long. It's only a beer that you would want one of. It's not a beer that you would want a session and drink 3 or 4. With it being 8% ABV, it probably wouldn't allow for that anyway. But it's just something a little bit different. If you want something a little bit different, a little bit funky, a little bit kind of fruity, that's your beer, Kasteel Rouge. Thanks for watching. Put your comments in the comments box. Please subscribe to our daily beer reviews, and cheers.